All right, hey South Texas, happy Monday. We're starting off today fairly nice. You know that Saharan dust that we've been dealing with the past few days isn't as bad today as what it was, especially on Saturday. I mean, let me know what you thought about that on Saturday. That was pretty wild to see the amount of dust that we had in the air, just really kind of hindering our vision there. As you would look off in the distance, you couldn't really see much of the skyline, at least when we looked out from northwest San Antonio. Now we can see it a little bit better outside, and also Calaveras Lake looking a lot clearer. Now we say clear as in we don't have the haze, but still tons of cloud cover out there. And you know, we're going to have a really slim chance for a brief shower or two today. Not as big on the rain chances, though, as what we had yesterday. We're going to talk more about that here in just a moment. First of all, let's go ahead and jump into what we have as far as the Saharan dust is concerned as we head throughout this week, because, guys, we've got another round coming. Notice down towards the Gulf, that little cloudy-looking material, that moves kind of right off into our direction as we head into the next really 2 to 4 days. And you'll notice by Wednesday, it's made its way over towards southeast portions of Texas and into southwest Louisiana. Again, this is good because it inhibits tropical development. It can lead to more vibrant sunsets and sunrises, but it could also cause breathing problems for some. If you were sneezing a little bit here as we headed throughout the weekend, that could very well be the issue. Some of that Saharan dust is really fine. It can really impact you as we make our way throughout the weekend. So, tropical outlook. You know, we did say that it does inhibit tropical development, and that's exactly what we've seen because the tropics have not been that active here as we've headed throughout the last week or two. We do have a very low chance for tropical development. Notice that's going to be just off the East Coast. That's basically a 10% chance or less over the next 2 to 5 days. And then looking down east of the Lesser Antilles, you notice this tropical wave. It has less than a 20% chance, so just about a 10% chance of development over the next 5 days as it approaches the Lesser Antilles. So not too much of a concern there. We'll, of course, continue to watch it closely. Even if it does make it to the Gulf, there's so much in the way of Saharan dust and drier air that it shouldn't be an issue. Of course, we'll continue to watch it and keep everybody updated. Not seeing any rain on the radar, that is for us, but not too far away. We've got some shower activity, maybe in very far western portions of Val Verde County, approaching the Seminole Canyon State Natural Area spot, or actually I think it's a state park, not a state natural area. Seminole Canyon located kind of right there near the Rio Grande and western portions of Val Verde County. Maybe some shower activity approaching there. Taking a look across other parts of the state, you'll notice that the very northeast corner, stretching closer on towards Texarkana, we had a little bit of shower activity earlier on, and also into southeast Texas, moving towards Lake Charles and southwest Louisiana. A little bit of shower activity out there as well. The temperatures showing 70s to 80s, but if you step outside, you may say, man, it feels a lot warmer. It's super humid outside. We got dew points in the 70s, feeling very tropical outside with how humid it is. Guys, that's not going to change much throughout this next week. We may see the dew points go down slightly, but not by much. And guys, it's going to be very, very humid and hot as we head into the end of this next week. So for rain chances, by about 5:30 p.m., notice a few spotty showers possible, about a 10% chance for rain. So not as widespread as what Future Clouds and Radar is trying to show here. Despite all the cloud cover we have today, those temperatures are still going to rise. We're talking low to mid-90s. It's going to be hot. Moving into tomorrow morning, this is 6:30 a.m., your morning commute on Tuesday. If you do have to hit out on the road, notice about a 10% chance again for a few showers passing through, and that continues as we head into the afternoon. By the way, a little more sunshine for Tuesday. Going to be about a partly cloudy sky as we head into Tuesday afternoon, and those temperatures really go up into those mid to upper 90s. Now, I see a question coming in here from Jesse saying, we still have the African dust, asking that rather, and Jesse, the answer is yes. Now, it's not in as much of a large amount today as compared to what we had on Saturday. Way less in the air compared to what we had Saturday. Would not be surprised if some people are still having some allergy issues, though, from that Saharan dust. Don't be surprised by that. I went for a run yesterday. Of course, our air quality on Saturday was unhealthy because of the amount of Saharan dust. Yesterday, it had some improvement. I went for a run yesterday, and I will tell you, it did kind of bother my sinuses a little bit when I was out for a run. Today, it's even lower, So if you have any outdoor activities you want to do, maybe go for a run. Our air quality is moderate, which is actually just one step up is good and fine. So our air quality is much improved today compared to what we had Saturday. And we'll continue, of course, watch that really closely. I see someone saying, yes, will be worse after Wednesday. Yeah, we are going to be having another round of that Saharan dust into the middle of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The good news is that next round of Saharan dust, nowhere near as much as what we had on Saturday. Saturday was a very unique situation. That was a ton of Saharan dust, more than what the United States has seen come across the Atlantic from Africa all at once in years. I'm talking about maybe decades even. That was a ton of Saharan dust. So that was really unique. The amount that we get on Wednesday is more normal as to what we typically see in the summertime whenever we get these waves of Saharan dust over here. Still probably going to be a good amount. May impact your breathing if you have asthma, or maybe if you have another breathing disorder, but not going to be as significant as what we had over the weekend. Now, we will have more of a mostly clear sky to partly cloudy sky for the middle end of the week, so those beautiful sunsets you get with the Saharan dust, we are going to be able to get a better view of that. Over the weekend, that mostly cloudy sky kind of hindered it a little bit. I see a question, are we going to have more rain, Andrew? I wish I could give you better news. You know, maybe about a 10% chance for rain over the next couple of days, but that's about it. Here's that answer to your question. Much of South Texas, this is the next 7 days, much of South Texas over the next 7 days, not seeing a drop of rain. Your best chance for rain is going to be off towards the hill country, and everyone sees pretty much less than a half of an inch of rain. Guys, that is not good. We need rainfall right now. Right now in San Antonio, we're behind by 3 inches for the month of June for our average for the month of June. We're not going to catch it. We're going to finish up the month of June 3 inches behind average. You notice that our annual average for this time of year, remember that's a moving average. For this time of year, we're now approaching 1 3/4 inches behind our average. We're beyond that. We're approaching that 2 inches behind our annual average. We need some rainfall. We got really lucky at the end of May, but it just doesn't look like we're going to have that amount that we needed for the month of June. Now, parts of Bexar County, northwest Bexar County, they got a ton of rain just northwest of the city and getting closer towards Bernie. They got a ton of rain here just about a week ago. It's just not everybody in the city got lucky with that rain. It was a small portion of the area that got about 2 inches. Just one storm that popped up right over parts of the region. That gauge, by the way, that accounts for how much rain San Antonio sees, that's at the airport. So yes, I understand that parts of San Antonio did see a ton of rain in June, but where that gauge is has seen less than 1 inch, and that's what we go off of. So yes, parts of San Antonio did see a lot of rain, but right there at the airport, I guess it's been a bit of a bubble, and it's kind of missed out on the rain. So we do have dry to moderate drought, dry conditions. Abnormally dry is actually what we phrase it as. To a moderate drought across parts of South Texas. You look down in southern Maverick County, severe drought still an issue. We had done so good at the end of May, but now it just seems like we're going back into that drier period. I believe Medina Lake is now less than 65% full. Let me actually check that lake level right now for you guys, and I won't be able to have it into a graphic for you right away, but I could at least let you know the levels of Medina Lake and Canyon Lake. Give me 1 second. I'm looking up some of this data here right now. Because I'll tell you now, Canyon Lake has been holding on strong, doing well. Medina Lake has not been doing as well. Medina Lake now at 64.6% full. It was just a week ago at 65.7%, so it's fallen a full percent as we made our way throughout the past week. By the way, that's not even a full, or rather, that is, that's about a half a foot in falling. So we'll continue to watch that closely. We're keeping an eye on these lake levels. Canyon Lake, I mentioned that it was doing fine. It's more than 97% full. And if you ever get worried about these lake levels and what if they go over 100%, don't forget these lakes have flood pools. So they're able to handle much more water than that 100% mark. So no worries there. But we'll continue to keep a close eye on those. Is Bexar County experiencing dust wind? One, the answer is we do have some Saharan dust still in the air. It's not a ton like what we had on Saturday. But yes, we did have some Saharan dust come in. And it is really breezy out there. And that's something we're going to continue to deal with for these next few days. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. If you were out Sunday, you may have noticed how windy it was, especially in the overnight hours. Mostly cloudy for today, south wind at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, bringing in those more humid conditions. We continue to see that for Tuesday. Notice by Wednesday, the winds start to calm down a little bit, and they'll calm down for Thursday and Friday. Now, remember what I told you, a little more sunshine for the end of the week. Those Saharan dust sunsets and sunrises are going to be really pretty. Make sure you get those cameras out and send us those photos using that hashtag Kens5Eyewitness. We want to see those photos. We want to share them on air and online. Be sure to share them with us so we can share them as well. We love seeing those photos, guys. The 4th of July is Saturday. And here's a look at that forecast. Dry, guys. Not expecting any rain, and it's going to be hot. Make sure you have plenty of refreshments. Guys, we're going to be grilling out. Have plenty of refreshments to stay nice and cool out there because it is going to be hot. Heat index values from 100 to 105. That's going to be the case for Friday as well. Looking great for the 4th of July weekend. I hope everybody can get out and enjoy it. But don't forget, practice social distancing, guys. We have had a spike in coronavirus cases recently. Wear those masks. Use caution. But still have a great time. And those family members that you're able to have into your home right now, I hope you all can all have a wonderful time together. I wish I could be home with my family during the holiday, but they're all the way back in Mississippi, so I can't really make a trip back there right now, but hope to see them again soon. 10% chances for rain again for today and tomorrow. 20% chance for Sunday. It's pretty much going to be hot and humid every day, guys, so just be ready for that. Let's look at the Texas cities across our state. Now remember, this doesn't include every city, but it gets us a good portion of the state. The Lone Star 3-day forecast showing us hot conditions. Check out Lubbock, 3 days in a row hitting 101. Amarillo hits 102 for Monday, and then you see upper 90s. Pretty breezy in some areas as we head throughout the next couple of days here. And then you see not a lot of rain on the board for any of the states. So it's not just drier here in South Texas. Much of the state dealing with drier conditions. Of course, when it's drier, now's the great time to go out and check out some of our state parks here in South Texas. And some of these are in Central Texas, a little bit closer to our friends in Austin, like Pedernales Falls State Park. If you've never been out there, stunning. Really beautiful waterfall. Devil's Sinkhole State Natural Area, another great spot. Devil's River itself, which is over in Val Verde County, expected to hit 100 as we head into this afternoon. Guadalupe River State Park, one of our closer state parks to the San Antonio area, always a great spot to go to and cool off. Temperatures expected to rise into the mid-90s. And then, you know, one that's not on here, which is actually my favorite state park other than Enchanted Rock State Natural Area, because I love Enchanted Rock too in Gillespie County. I love the Colorado Bend State Park. That's in San Saba County, north, just kind of due west of Killeen and Temple. And I will tell you now, there's a waterfall there called Gorman Falls, and it's stunning. You're walking, and it's very dry and arid landscape, and then all of a sudden you come down into this canyon, and it's very tropical, and you just start sweating immediately just because of how humid it is with that spring right there. Gorman Falls, great spot, Colorado Bend State Park, and that would be a great one to check out on one of these hot days we have here over this next week. So take a look at it online. It's a great one. Love our South Texas and Texas state parks throughout the state as a whole. See a question from Grace. Hi, Andrew. Are we seeing any storms moving in overnight tonight from the west in San Antonio? Grace, the answer is no. There are going to be some storms that try to approach the border right there along the Rio Grande, but they should fizzle out as they try to make it closer towards us. Maybe a few rumbles of thunder closer on towards Eagle Pass, A little bit of rain for them, but as far as storms are concerned, no, we're not expecting that. As far as our rainfall outlook past the 7-day, remember, whenever we look at this, we're looking from day 8 through day 14. This is beyond the 7-day and does not include these next 7 days. So from day 8 through day 14, as we're moving through that kind of first week of July, first full week, here's what we can expect. Abnormally dry conditions continue. So it doesn't look like we're going to be having a lot of rainfall anytime soon. The sprinklers will be working overtime. The temperature outlook also showing warmer than average conditions expected. Now I want to go ahead and jump into a little bit of our cloudy with a chance of learning. Remember, that's every day at 1 p.m. Monday through Friday. We continue that learning going as we head throughout the summertime here. A lot of fun. We've had a ton of fun with this. Meteorologist Megan Massey is working hard right now on graphics for our lesson today. It has all to do with tsunamis. We've had a lot of people asking us to do this topic about tsunamis. We're excited to cover this today. It should be a lot of fun. Be sure to tune in at 1 p.m. Tomorrow we're going to talk about tropical funnel clouds. Now, if you were watching the newscast Friday morning, we had a few tornado warnings in southern Live Oak and southern Bee County. This came from tropical funnels. We're going to talk about what they are, how they form, are they really different from tornadoes, and where they typically occur, because they're kind of, depending on where you are, is more likely where you'll see them. So we'll talk about that. The field trip to the Doozeum is going to be on Wednesday. You know, we've been going to the zoo those last 3 Fridays. And if you missed last Friday, guys, go on YouTube or Facebook and search for this video for our Fun Time Friday this past Friday. We had the giraffes on from the zoo, and we got to watch them get fed. We learned all about giraffes. That was a super fun topic, and we're going to do a field trip to the Doozeum on Wednesday. On Thursday, what is CAPE? And then Friday, we're doing a field trip to San Antonio as well. I see a question about, is San Antonio on lockdown? The answer is no, but there are some special things that the city is asking people to do, and some mandates that they put into place here as we've made our way throughout the past few days as the coronavirus cases jump. Of course, this is more of an update on weather, but Sweet Pea, if you would like answers to those questions, we do have answers to those questions on kens5.com. Be sure to head there, and you'll find a lot of stories regarding the coronavirus things. Grace says, thank you, Andrew. Kind of confusing. Some say cluster of storms might move in from the west or north. Yeah, Grace, I'm not thinking they make it. I think those, we will have about a 10 to 20% chance for rain overnight. But even if the storms do make it into parts of western South Texas, getting closer to Maverick and Valverde County, it will likely fade off before they can even make it anywhere near San Antonio. So we'll keep you posted on that and keep a close eye on it. Be sure to tune in to our newscast at noon. Of course, we'll be able to answer some of those questions about coronavirus and our news stories at noon. Ken's 5, we of course have that noon newscast. And I'll be on Doing Weather. Stacia Wilson went ahead and took the day off a little bit earlier today. And of course, if you've missed Stacia in the evening, she's been currently doing mornings for traffic. So be sure to catch her in the mornings for traffic, and she'll be on again, of course, tomorrow morning. And I'll be filling in for weather, though, at noon today, and then tomorrow. Be sure to tune in. And Weather Chief Bill Taylor, he's in at 4, 5, 6, and 10 tonight. So, guys, again, we're live at 1 o'clock with Cloudy with a Chance of Learning on Facebook, YouTube, and on the app. If you don't have the Kens 5 app, be sure to download it. I'm going to go ahead and sign off here, guys, and get ready for our show at noon. Have a great one. And just, stay safe out there as we head throughout today.